You've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. You have to carefully monitor your health for the rest of your life. And you have an increased risk of developing cardiovascular disease.
Cut.
Type 2, take 2.
Action.
You've been diagnosed with a new purpose, to fight for the amazing life you made for yourself, to look that risk of heart disease square in the face and say, no, not me. You've been given a new opportunity to live.
Angela Bassett is an ambassador for the No Diabetes by Heart joint initiative from the American Heart Association and the American Diabetes Association.
She joined us to talk about how her mother's health problems and death inspired her to raise awareness about diabetes and heart health.
She passed about 5 years ago from type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease associated with it, heart failure. And so that was really hard on the family. And since then, overlapping with that, her brother, the patriarch of our family, he also has type 2 diabetes. So it really is a family affair. And just when I had the opportunity to partner with the American Diabetes Association, it just made sense as a way to honor her life and to use the platform that I do have to get that voice out there, that news out there. Because if a survey has been done, and those who are 45 years of age or older with type 2 diabetes, about half of them are aware of the risks that are associated with type 2 diabetes, that if you have that, then you're 2 times more likely to have cardiovascular disease and then to die perhaps of a stroke or heart failure like my mother, or a heart attack.
The numbers really go up, with age.
When you think back on how diabetes affected your mother, what sticks out to you?
Well, we were talking about earlier also about how you eat, and growing up in Florida, Southern family, Southern cuisine, and she had a love affair with food. And so it was very, very difficult for her to change that. And she was stubborn, and she didn't want to. Now, her brother, on the other hand, he does those things. She was in touch with her doctors, but she's a little bit more obstinate. She's of that, one of those personalities.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to do. You might be able to ask me something, but don't tell me.
Right, yeah.
Now, according to the American Heart Association, 30 million Americans are living with diabetes and have an increased risk for heart disease. Bassett told us why No Diabetes by Heart is a helpful tool for them.
Provides a lot of information, questions that you should ask your doctor, helpful things. But sometimes when you're sitting in front of a doctor, some of us go mute. Some of us, I know I have to write down a list of questions I don't want to forget to ask,
That's a good piece of advice, by the way,
Yeah, recipes also, because that's the thing. We like what we like. Are we going to enjoy, making a change? So, I don't have diabetes, but I enjoy some of the recipes that are on the website.
So Bassett is also the mother of twins, and she opened up to us about her unique parenting style and how tough homework is nowadays.
I can't keep up with the homework. I look at the homework, it looks like Greek to me.
No, my 7-year-old daughter, I'm like, I've got 3 more years and then I'm out. It's like already.
Homework, good, carry on. I literally said that. Homework, oh, carry on.
Yeah.
Your husband, Courtney B. Vance, recently was talking about parenting in an interview, and it was a really cool approach. You don't tell your kids what to do, you have discussions about it. What does that look like?
Well, we used to tell them what to do. But once they get up to about 13, then, you start listening a little bit more, trying to encourage them to talk. And I guess it's hard to talk about their little intimate things with mom, dad. So you have a host of uncles, auntie, and somehow they can get that information out of them because you tell them, you don't want your best advice, as Michelle Obama said, coming from a 13-year-old.
That's exactly right.
Between you and Courtney, who do the kids go to if they want to maybe get away with something? Who can they slide by?
Me.
Okay.
He comes to me. He knows, especially he's so into, rap and writing. So if he wants something along that line, like he's asking for studio time for Christmas. I would not ask Dad for that. He knows what the answer is. He might be able to get something of that sort out of me.
Okay, for studio time we go to Mom. Good to know.
I have no idea what that entails and how much.
I think it just entails money on your part. That's what I got a feeling. You know what, following along with you and just your journey, and then even talking to you here briefly about your life as a parent, you've opened up recently about some things you faced as a child, some very difficult things with assault, and I wonder how those those types of things, and especially being open publicly about them, how is that affecting you as a parent and the things that you tell your kids to be aware of and things like that?
It just makes you, you know, well, since they were very, very little, you know, you just give them enough information. It's like, oh, privacy, you know, if they were going to the restroom or something like that, I'd come in, I go, oh, privacy, you know.
Yeah.
After about, you know, a couple, you know, adding little things like that in, then they adopt it and take it. Or I used to say to my son when he's wrestling with his sister, wrestling back and forth and, you know, and trying to take her down, and she'd say, stop. I said, ooh, when a girl tells you stop, stop. You know, if I'm playing well, ooh, when a girl tells you no, she means no. And so at 4, we'll, you know, in Mexico one time, and I'm being, you know, haranguing to buy a sarong, buy some jewelry, you want a churro, and, you know, and I said, no, thank you, no. And he looks at the man, he said, hey, when a girl tells you no, she means no. So it's
oh, wow, that's
those
great.
little lessons that you're thinking of, you know, down the line.
And you might remember Bassett won a Golden Globe for her performance as Tina Turner in What's Love Got to Do with It? Well, she told us what her favorite thing about filming that movie was.
That I got it done. That I did it, and it wasn't a fiasco. How about that? Because it was literally the hardest thing I've ever done, day to day to day to day, 16, 18. The last day of filming was literally a 25-hour day.
Whoa.
You know, the fight in the limo.
Yeah, right.
You know, right.
Yeah, I'll bet. Was it more?
It was physically demanding. It
Right.
was emotionally demanding.
Yeah.
It was psychologically demanding. No one thought I would be good at all, or it would be good at all. So it was really just staying focused, being strong, and getting the work done. Doing all the, you know, I had 30 days to get ready to do it. We shot it literally 3 months, maybe 3 months before, to coincide with her world tour. So if it was not good, that was not going to work out.
Oh my
too well.
goodness.
So it was something.
Now, these days, you can catch Bassett as Officer Athena Grant on 911. They just had their mid-season finale. She teased what fans can expect from her character in the future.
Athena and this wonderful, complicated relationship that she has with her husband and her ex-husband and her children, and this family that they are, you know. She's moved on, but not away, you know, away from him. So we continue to go through that and the health challenges that the ex is dealing with, and you know, so that's...
Dive into all that stuff a little more, okay.
It's about
Really
these
real.
crazy emergencies that people face. Which storyline or emergency has shocked you the most?
I think because a lot of our storylines are ripped from the headlines, you know. I think the baby being flushed down the toilet and inside the walls, you know, and you hear wailing and crying.
Yeah,
that actually, you know, is so.
It's a gut punch.
Yeah.
She was also in the blockbuster hit Black Panther, and Jeremy couldn't help but fanboy a little bit. It's true. Watch.
Black Panther 2, Very Far Away, anything at all. I mean, look, fans, I'm a fanboy. Any little nugget about anything you would possibly know about it is intriguing. Then I wonder.
I could just make up something.
We'll take that.
I really don't have anything, but I could like maybe go in my sleeve and make up something. Like, for all of us, for me too.
For you
like,
too?
When are we
Okay.
going to start this?
Yeah, right.
It was such a star-studded cast. Is there a favorite memory that you look back on of filming that?
You know, great cast, you know, Chadwick, Lupita, Denai, Daniel, Kalua, Letitia, just spending time together where we're, you know, time off, going bowling, having a great time. They really are, you know, going to a Nigerian restaurant and having those experiences. So we just really getting together, you know, while we're filming, as if we don't spend like 12 hours a day on set.
Right.
We need some more time with each other.
Yeah.
And that was great.
Yeah, people are always doing Wakanda Forever to you everywhere, right? Even in church.
We did, yeah. It really was a moment. I mean, it was a great cultural, you know, moment in time, and really, and that's when you knew you were going to have a great time on the set, and audiences loved it as well.